I'm going to show you the new addition to the SMARTnership negotiation CoPilot. It's the newest addition in the simulator where we now have an avatar that is able to help you in your simulation. What we got in the simulator is we have standard simulations that you can just rehearse and practice. You can upload your own contract, proposal, or RFP, or even better, you can rehearse an actually saved deal. So a contract, a proposal, an RFP that you have stored in the analyzer and had the analyzer work with, you can now use that directly in the simulation. So you can go to a rehearse a safe deal. I got one that is here in the system already, the battery module supply thing between two parties, Aurora and Voltatech. And we are sitting on the buy side, so we can just begin the negotiation. We have few information here. My role is the buyer from Aurora Motors. The deal value is 400 million US, and the status of active. That means it's actually a negotiation that is going on right now. I can then begin negotiation. What I'm doing in here is I can either do it by text or have voices on the text version here, if I prefer not to have a live counterpart. I have coaching hints here on the right side if I need that during negotiation. And I can choose how my counterpart should work, whether they should be combative, stalling, compromise, concessional, or collaborative. Then I can choose, and this is the new feature, to click the avatar call. And this is a neat feature because this actually makes it as realistic as it possibly can. Because what we're getting right here, as you can see, and here I am, you can actually set up yourself, and then we just say join here, and then we'll have the counterpart that is joining. So you see, being represented by this individual, and you can see me up on the right side. So right now, I can have a live conversation with him. I can change his behavior, whether I want him to be combative, stalling, concessional, compromise, or collaborative. And we can basically just start negotiation based on that. So, hi there, Marcus. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. Good to finally get some time on the calendar with you. How's your week been so far?
It's been great. Thank you so much. And thank you for your proposal that we're going to talk about today.
My pleasure. Glad you had a chance to look it over. I know there's a lot in there, so I'd love to hear your initial reactions and where you think we should focus our time today.
Well, I think first and foremost, we need to discuss price. Your price is definitely too high at 400 million US.
I hear you. Price is obviously a big piece of this. But before we start trading numbers, can I ask what's driving that reaction? Is it benchmarking against other quotes, or is it your internal target for the program?
No,
help me figure out where there's real.
Yeah, no, we received other proposals and we've compared your proposal with your competitors.
Fair enough. That's useful to know. Look, I'm confident our number reflects the quality and roadmap we bring, but I'd rather not get into a pure price shootout. Can we spend a few minutes on what actually matters to Aurora beyond the sticker? Things like payment terms, volume certainty, quality exposure, because there might be room to reshape this in a way that works better for both of us.
Well, that sounds great. I'm happy to do that.
Great. Appreciate that. So tell me, on your side, what's keeping you up at night on this program? Is it supply security, cost predictability, quality risk, something else? I'd rather understand your real
I think, Marcus, I think it's terms of payment that is the critical thing.
Okay, that's helpful. Terms of payment cuts both ways for us too, honestly. What were you hoping for? And what would you be willing to put on the table if we moved in your direction there?
Are you willing to be open and transparent and share your cost of capital?
That's a fair ask, and I appreciate you framing it that way. I'll say this, we're a fast-growing company, so cash today is worth meaningfully more to us than cash in 90 days. If you're willing to share your cost of capital too, I'm open to a real conversation about trading payment timing against price. Deal?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to begin?
Sure. I'll go first as a sign of good faith. Our effective cost of capital right now is running around 12% because we're funding capacity expansion and every dollar of working capital matters. What's Aurora sitting at?
Oh, well, that's quite high. We have a cost of capital at 4%.
Yeah, that's a big spread. And honestly, that's exactly where there's real money to be found for both of us. If you paid us in 15 or 30 days instead of 90, you're giving up very little on your 4%, but you're saving me a lot on my 12. I'd be willing to move on unit price in exchange for that. Want to explore what that trade could look like?
I think that's great. We just identified some economics here.
Exactly. That's the kind of trade that actually creates value instead of us just arm wrestling over the same dollar.
So what you see here after we are done with the simulation is that I'm getting a transcript of the entire communication, what happened. I can follow that. I can download that transcription. And I can end and get a debrief as well, what I did well and what I could have done differently. I could continue this for hours and hours in this simulation. I can change my counterpart behavior, as I mentioned already. But this is really remarkable because it gives me a chance and opportunity to actually practice this negotiation with the exact counterpart based on his or her negotiation DNA. So I do have the option here to do exactly what I want and practice that negotiation. What you see here is basically the simulator scoring this negotiation on different SMARTnership terms. And what you can see is the rules of the game. It gave me a 25 out of 100, not that great. Value creation, economics, I got a 55 because we managed to discuss terms of payment. Trust currency, there's a score on that. Trading variables, handling tactics, discipline. And then it shows me in a summary what went really well. And it also gives me a summary of what I could improve on. I can download that debrief and then I can run it again repeatedly how many times I would like to.